Spirit coming through loud and clear with a message. First, do some releasing. Spirit is noticing that you have spent your time um, trying to secure your surroundings and have accumulated a few toxic energies. There's some either patterns or habits that have led to this, some situations that you have allowed yourself to succumb to, and these people saw you as prey. They saw you as an easy target. They saw you trying to settle yourself in a peaceful life and accumulate comfortable situations that were in alignment with what it is that you're looking for. And they found you to be easy target because you were so open and so vulnerable. And so I'm getting that this is something that you had struggled with in the past, that you had wanted to connect with people, so you had opened yourself up a little bit too much too quickly with people that were not necessarily trustworthy. This has led to some responses in your healing process that were tests for you to check and determine whether or not this was actually something that you had learned from or something that you were still working on. And so Spirit is now letting you know, hey, there's a few people in your circle that still need to be cleared from that energy. As we do that, and in order to do that effectively, there's a process of grounding that needs to occur. You need to spend some time in nature. You need to disconnect from the electronics. You need to spend some time in meditation, some clean eating patterns. Your habits with diet have been, I'm hearing, a little bit muddled. It's a little on and off. You do really good for a little while and then you bust up a little bit. Spirit is asking you for some consistency. I'm hearing 5 to 7 days of a consistent clean eating in order to be able to cleanse yourself and uh, help along with this grounding process. I'm also hearing energy work, so doing in your meditation, completing a protection orb or bubble, or dome or aura, or however it is that you do so. Using that time in nature, using that time disconnected from electronics to create a protective space. So once we clean that energy out, we can keep it out. Really fantastic message here from our Animal Spirit Oracle deck. Not only is this here to let you know Spirit has a plan for you, and you can feel confident and comfortable in that plan. This is going exactly in the direction that you wanted, and some of the things that are going to take place aren't going to quite make sense. At first, it's going to feel a little bit like things aren't happening at all. First, it's going to feel a little bit like things are falling apart. And Spirit says, yes, I have to break apart what you have there because I need you to rebuild. I need you to build in a little bit more conscientious way. So we have this laying a solid foundation. Spirit is asking you to start with the things that you are confident in, that you feel confidently secure with. Spirit is asking you to do this work on your own. Spirit is not asking you to include others in your mission. This is not about telling people what you're doing. This is not even about telling people that you have things in the works. This is about keeping this to yourself. This is about you doing the foundation work that is necessary to create the type of world and existence that you have been asking for. Spirit has this plan in mind. Spirit says, yeah, but I got to have you do that work yourself. I got to make sure that you understand where every single piece goes. You have to understand every part of this. You have to understand how much effort it takes to put every nail or every screw into place. Where do your materials come from? You have to be able to look them over closely. So when we're talking foundation, we're talking about starting from the beginning, from the first few ideas, all the way to the sourcing of materials, all the way to the first steps in the process. because only you are going to truly understand and respect how much energy and effort was put into this endeavor. You are the one that has to do the work. You are the one that has to complete from step one to the final step. Spirit is going to guide you along the way. You're going to have all kinds of help. You're going to have all of the intuition and messages coming through. You're going to know exactly what you need to do. Spirit's not asking you to do anything that you're incapable of, but you are being asked to do this on your own and not to be asking for other people, not to be informing other people of what you're working on. These are private works. These are things for you to focus on, and you are going to be rewarded immensely when this is fully created and fully evolves out of the dust that you're starting with right now. There is some big changes you're going to be asked to. You're going to have to make some decisions. You're going to have to do some this or that. You're going to have to do some deep, deep evaluation. Um, there's some things that you have taken advantage of. There is some generosity of someone that has been too accessible to you. And the accessibility of this, you're now learning, comes with conditions. The conditions of this are that you almost have to be subservient to this person, you have to be submissive to this person, you have to go along with this person. As soon as you question this person or you have anything to say about this person, all of a sudden they withhold. So you've lived kind of comfortably or had access to things that you wouldn't have had access to otherwise. These birds are getting awful loud in the background, confirming Spirit's message for us. Spirit is saying, hey, 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 you don't need that. In fact, we need you to step back. We need you to be a little bit more mindful about your own resources and not take them for granted. And not only that, but your time and your energy is valuable too. So you need to put some uh, comfortable limitations and boundaries on that as well. And then as this opportunity arrives, you will understand what it's going to take to make these changes, because you're going to have to separate yourself from this situation. And this separation is necessary in order for you to have the opportunity that you've been asking for. So this big change, I'm definitely getting for some of you this involves some travel or some changing location. Definitely getting for some of you this might involve an actual new job or type of job or position. There's a lot of energy that's going to be required of you. So the people in your circle, they have to be understanding of you this, and they have to be so supportive of you and what you desire that this doesn't affect your relationship with them. And so if it does bother someone, if it does make someone uncomfortable and all of a sudden their relationship is compromised because of you focusing on what it is you desire, this person was not the person that was meant to be along for this ride. Okay. They don't deserve the spoils of the final results of this endeavor, because they were perhaps one of those imbalances that were causing you to stay out of alignment. So be very mindful of your resources. Pay very close attention to what you're doing with your time, your energy, your money, and also be open and be ready to say yes to the big changes that Spirit is bringing to you. Many blessings to you.